Okay, let's get on to the next story right now. Tech giants are on the hot seat in the Supreme Court. Can you explain exactly what the core issue is surrounding whether or not a platform like Google could be sued by a family because they purport that hosting videos by ISIS led to the death of their daughter?
Right. So when we get into the legalities, I think sometimes there's a danger that it becomes kind of opaque and complex to people. We know there's a lot of terrible content out there in general.
Absolutely.
We know that sometimes terrible content can lead or contribute to terrible actions. And the questions really are those social media companies therefore liable in a legal sense when there are horrific actions, like in these cases, bombings in Turkey and in Paris? Or is that stretching the point too far? Is it stretching the point too far to say that the failure to police those platforms has actually contributed to terrorism?
I just have to check in with the booth. Do we have a soundbite from Napolitano, from Judge Napolitano on this story? Let's go for it. Let's listen.
If the hoster can be liable for what the poster posted, then you're going to find a lot of self-censorship. You're going to find insurance policies. You're going to find self-insurance. And that's going to cause advertising rates to go up.
So I think a lot of people would say if there's a way to trace the hoster and to ensure that they're hosting appropriate content, like we do with individuals protecting against hate speech, then this is maybe an easier case to talk about. But when it's a group that is stealthy and operating in the dark underworld of the internet, should the hosting platform be more responsible for removing content that could lead to people's deaths?
It's such a massive question because there is this differentiation between how the internet works and how you work as a TV journalist, how I work as a newspaper journalist. We have strictures about libel, about incitement, about various things like that that simply don't apply to the internet and to internet providers. Now, the question is, does that enable free speech? Or does it actually lead to incitement, disinformation, all these really toxic streams? What are you smiling about?
Every time we're talking about this, I think they are hammering down on Facebook and Instagram for mental health of teenagers. How much more should we hammer down on terroristic groups that are spreading hate and violence and death? It's just not very kind to have a double standard in that way.
No, I agree.
Oh, that's free speech. Okay. Niall, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.